universe. Don't know the power of the dark side. It's the Upstate Pulse on News Talk 98.9 WORT, the voice of the Carolinas.
Well, welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It's a little bit rainy of a Saturday out there today. That's okay. We're having fun as we Matthew is trying to reposition some furniture right now, and he's struggling.
Doing a little bit of interior decorating.
Yes, he is.
Interior decorating.
Thank you for being a part of the show. Today we're going to do what we normally do and get silly for about 2 hours. Kentucky Derby is finishing up right now, and we picked our horses ahead of time. We're going to have an argument about that in just a moment.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. A lot of things to get to today, including Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Just announced who's getting in. Also, there is May the 4th is tomorrow. So Star Wars Day. We're going to be talking a lot of Star Wars today. Borderlands Counting Games had free comic book day today, and we bought some stuff. We didn't bring it in to show it because we just didn't because it's raining outside. And we got Nerd Roundtable. We got a ton of things to talk about. If you want to be a part of the show, text line is 800-905-0989. We are also live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on X at either the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WRD. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I'm having that annual allergy thing where I've been coughing my head off before we came on the air. So if I get a little too energetic, I'm probably going to fall down on the floor, at which time other people will talk. So, I mean, we're good.
Whoa.
What?
Who said that?
Yeah. Oh, so you guys just going to go, are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm
going to perform CPR and I
all right, Matthew will keep talking. But I know he will. All right, speaking of Matthew, speaking of other people here, let me introduce you to the star of the show. Odie is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Seriously? We're just pumping this one. I don't care.
Well, you are from Texas.
Yeah, you are from Texas, for sure.
Texas, for sure. And for certain. Howdy, y'all. Coming live from Texas.
That's what he told the waitress earlier, that he's from Texas. And she tried to figure out if he was from somewhere else. By the way, I just want to point out to everyone listening, and when he does it on the air, you can't tell, but live in person at the restaurant wasn't bad. It was not bad because here's what you did is you kept it low and very precise. And it was not bad. It was not bad.
I didn't falter. I didn't deviate.
All right, Matthew is also here.
I am here, waiting to be added into the broadcast.
Did you send Matthew a thing?
I'm in there. I'm in the little thing.
Oh, my bad.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh, there I was for a split second. There I am. Yeah. Oh, there I am. Wow.
I think I also hit the button.
Yeah, we all did.
That's crazy. Everybody wanted to get me in there. Everyone wanted the credit. I understand.
We did, because we're so glad Matthew's here. You know who else is here? Cameron's here.
Who's ready to party tonight, ladies and gentlemen? I certainly am. I'm definitely not running on fumes at this point. No, we're going to get down and boogie.
According to the text line,
Really well with that.
apparently, Odie is a goat.
I am a ghost.
You're a goat.
Meh.
It must be you let the bottom thing grow.
The goatee.
Yeah, well, there's kind of beard to it, but yeah, you're letting that go. Someone,
I got you.
You got me? Okay,
I
my
got you.
bad. Thank you, Keith.
Producer fault. We'll go with the producer's fault on that one.
No, that was my fault. That's
Okay.
fine. I told you I feel ill. I feel like I'm just going to just kill over. And
Do you have a license for that?
I don't need one.
License for what?
A license to ill.
License to, it's a very old thing.
Got a license to ill.
No, that's not what
No.
it is. That's not what it is. It's a Beastie Boys reference. It was the name of their album, their first album, I think.
Oh yeah.
The one that everyone had. So before we get to all the things that we're going to get to in the next segment, let's talk about something that we could debate in the Nerd Roundtable, but we're going to do this right away. Matthew.
Yeah.
Are horses athletes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cameron, are horses athletes?
I guess.
All right. Odie.
Yes.
Are horses athletes?
Of course they are.
You guys are all wrong. They're just animals.
How would we wrong?
They're not athletes. They didn't work their way up through the ranks
they did.
on their own. They
Yes,
didn't go
they did.
find someone as a trainer. They're
You
normal.
don't have to find a trainer to be an athlete.
What they do is they run. That's what a horse does. A horse is not an athlete.
You realize that
Horses don't run.
An animal is not an athlete.
you realize that racing horses are bred and trained thoroughly. Like they are.
They're not athletes. They're horses.
They're literally athletes.
They are athletes.
No, they're
Just
Well,
because
I
something
gotta-
is an animal doesn't mean it's not an athlete.
yeah, they're not athletes.
You say they're not athletes. I say to you, sir, nay.
All right. Text line is 800-905-0989. I know technically it's like a sports question, but we were having this argument before we watched the Kentucky Derby, and we all three were wrong.
Is any other
Athlete is not a human thing.
I think it is.
I'm guessing yellow horse wins.
It already happened.
It's over.
Yeah, we must.
Well, I don't know anything about it, so I'm putting in my bet before y'all tell me yellow horse wins.
Well, no, because there's a brown horse that won. It looks chestnut. They would call it.
I think it's a chestnut, probably. So
But we still don't know who it was.
it was Sovereignty, I believe.
Oh yeah, well,
And I
yeah.
believe that journalism got second.
Oh, okay.
Why am I thinking of Sovereign from Mass Effect? Just going
Hello,
like
Sovereign.
yes. I,
Yeah, I just
my horse won.
no matter that I'm outnumbered in the studio, I'm used to being, right when other people are wrong. And you guys are
Yeah.
all wrong. They're not athletes. They absolutely are not athletes.
Well, I think
They didn't go to the horse and go, "Hey, would you like to do this race?"
Yeah.
No, they did not.
Have you seen a horse? Have you seen a horse when they're finished running, when they win a race, and when they know they've won a race?
Also, you
They're
don't
actually
have
giddy.
to want to do it to be an athlete.
Yeah.
But they do want to do it.
You can
though.
use your condescending
Because-
tone.
as
You can use whatever your tone is. You can use what your tone is. You guys are all wrong. They're animals. They're not athletes.
Well, allow me to use this tone.
Athlete is not a human-only term.
Yeah,
It
no,
is-
it's not.
absolutely is.
It's not.
It's
not.
for sure.
It's not.
Look up
not.
athlete.
It's not. When the horses are inside,
You look up athlete in the Urban Dictionary
What?
because I want to know what
you
that
do
is.
not let
I
me.
like how that's where Odie is supposed to go.
Well,
You-
I mean, I'm
you
going
should
to.
not let Odie go to Urban Dictionary. Actually, no. I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. If you're not if you
He's
are
perturbed.
late-
He's going-
person
He's
who
going.
is
bi-
proficient in sports and other forms of physical exercise.
A person?
Yes, a person.
Last I checked, horse, not a person.
maybe
It's
they
an animal.
identify as people.
Do they?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes.
Well, why don't you go ask a horse?
I will.
You speak horse?
Yes.
Let's talk about Mr. Ed.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah.
about a real horse.
I do.
You've been on many horses.
Yes,
Have you ever
I
had
have.
any conversation
Yeah,
with
many,
horses?
many times.
It was a one-sided conversation.
No,
wasn't
it was. They're filthy animals. Like
it's just
I mean,
you telling the horse, "Hey, don't hurt me again."
And
That's all you were doing.
normally what I say to the horse when I say, "Hey," he goes, "That's for horses," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but listen." And he just turns to me and says, "Don't fall off again."
Hey, did you at least go were you on a horse in a desert?
With no name.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. I did. Now, thank you. Listen, Cameron, all I got to say to you on that one is thank you very much, because now America's Horse with No Name is going to be stuck in my brain, and I'm going to have to play it.
You're welcome.
You're not. No, I don't know.
All right, I disagree
Generally
with you, Mark.
speaking, what I'm seeing from different sources are that yes, horses are considered
Oh, okay,
athletes.
this is way to go. Way to go. According to sources.
Horses, sources.
According
According
to
to-
Sources about the horses.
UK climbing, according to Times Argus, according to The Conversation.
Okay, I just want to point out,
Yeah,
ain't nobody in this room ever heard of any of those sources.
I have.
Include
I have. Yeah.
why? Because they're all over
Yep.
in Europe.
100%. 100% because it's outside America and I know about it. Now, horses,
You know, you never
are
shouldn't have made that joke to him.
athletes. Everything outside of America.
They're
I
not.
know,
Okay,
they
they're
are.
not. They're not
are.
athletes.
Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 800-905-0989. Prove that Odie, Cameron, and Matthew are 100%
Why? Do you have to
right.
look at him to remember his name?
No,
There
but-
was a hesitation, and you looked over. It's like, oh yeah, that's his name.
Do you know the name I normally
Not
call
that
him when
guy.
I say, is he coming in today? And I was
Yes.
going to say that, but I didn't. No, it's not a bad name.
It's not.
It's the elongated version of Matthew.
Yes, I rather enjoy it.
What's the elongated version of Matthew?
Will I say it's
Matthias? Or something?
Matthias,
Yeah,
son
yeah.
of Deuteronomy.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely. It's biblical for sure.
It's
I mean,
Monty
yeah,
Python.
it is.
It's out of Monty Python.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
where I got it from.
I thought you meant.
It's like, is your name Matthias, son of Deuteronomy? Do I say yes? Yes. Yes. And that's about
Yes.
all of it. I can. It sounds perfect.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into Star Wars Day, which is tomorrow. And may the 4th be with you. What is going on? Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. Yes, he's got red hair, dude, bros. Very pale eyes. I don't know. That fade wasn't fast enough. It went right into the weather, and the fade was. I mean, you know, you want to use dancing as an excuse, I guess.
I was
let that
dancing.
go. Okay.
You know you can dance if you want to, but you got to leave your friends behind because
Okay, I don't have any. So
friends don't
I mean,
dance,
you know,
and then they don't dance. No friends.
I guess I don't count.
family, dude.
You can dance.
I know.
Am I not a friend?
Work friend.
No, because I've been to your house.
Okay, all right.
I don't know why I was getting some Omni-Man flashbacks. It's like they were your friends' coworkers.
Oh, I'm working Monday. I forgot about that.
Working what Monday?
Here.
Are you?
Yeah.
How? You filling
Filling for Charlie.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're doing the last hour.
The last
Going to
hour.
whatever.
The thing that they're talking about right now that you should know what it is.
Yeah.
I have an excuse for not knowing because I'm not over here that much.
My excuse is
It's a station event. Okay, yeah, well, you should care.
Duna Bros in Ireland horses have many, many names.
What is it? What is it that it is? What were they talking about? I didn't hear it. What is he going to?
The
You
caucus.
don't know?
The caucus.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, I do know that.
Turns out Matthew will be there covering it.
Yeah, probably.
No,
I know you
here
won't.
for-
I know.
He'll be here covering it.
Yeah, I'm materializing in two places at once. Astral projection.
Multi-Matthew.
It's a job requirement.
I was gonna say if anyone could do it, it would be you.
Stormtrooper.
Hmm?
Stormtrooper. Do we have?
Probably not. What, the Star Wars thing? Yeah, it's in there.
That's how I hit my 5K record time today. Instead of running, I just astral projected myself forward and then teleported ahead of that, and I just did that back and forth, and that's how I got moved forward. Yeah.
Aren't you worried you might rubber band too far though? I mean,
Might end up in a wall.
yeah.
That's the risk that you take.
But you're as an athlete, you're willing to do that though.
But as an athlete, yeah. I actually did because it was through a nature trail.
That's the disco version.
It was at Conisty Park, the nature trail there, and so there was a section of it that had
Just
roots
play
and
duel.
everything, and I stepped on one wrong.
What'd you look up?
So for the second half of the race,
Look
my
up themes.
ankle was like completely sore.
No, it just
So
says Star Wars.
That definitely was unfortunate, but I still.
I'm
met
telling
my
you,
goal
they're in it.
despite
Look up Duel of Fates.
Because you're an athlete.
Because I'm an athlete.
Call Wesley for your free timeshare exit kit.
Nope.
800-854-4040.
I also had for the first time my
I'm telling you, I have some in there.
I get it here.
Pain that I was having was my shoulder for some reason.
I mean, if I got
thought it
time, I
was
could
gonna
walk
gel
around
well,
there.
but I
and
don't know. I
probably
guess I
find
was probably tensing up too much with it.
Daggum PDA. I apologize for coughing in the microphone.
Is a radio host an athlete? If they do something athletic outside of being a radio host,
I don't think we have any athletes in the building. So, I mean, except for Matthew, who runs all the time. I got the look, and I'm sick, and that's my excuse. You talked about running this morning. You've talked about running since you've been here.
Stop talking about running, man.
wow.
I was a running. Absolutely, we were there. Cameron and I were. That's right. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Mix it up a little bit. Because if it's all the same, then it just all sounds.
That's
the
a
same.
different one.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got the same vibe. You can
Fine. Do you
do
want
some
to play,
different vibe. Listen, I'm just trying
do you
to.
want to play something different?
I'm just trying to teach here.
Shall I play something? Shall I play?
I'm just saying. I get that you put the effort in there.
Yeah.
Okay, and I
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
no, you don't.
But if you mix it up a little bit, then it stands out more.
Tell you
That's
what.
all. That's all.
How about I play this?
Why do I feel like there's credit scrolling?
Far, far away, galaxy far, far away.
Far,
way,
far away.
way down there, the galaxy far, far away.
Yonder.
Way far, far away in the holler.
Was it a long time ago?
It's really dark
It
in there.
was. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
We're doing great, guys.
Cousin Polly Ellen was back there.
Oh, yeah. Is she any kin to Cousin Skywalker?
Yep. And Uncle Calvin was back there.
And ooh-wee, Darth Vader is making chase on that tank.
That just makes me want biscuits. I mean, because the family can make biscuits. All right, tomorrow is May the 4th. Some people get upset and go, Star Wars didn't really come out on May the 4th. So
we don't care.
All presidents weren't born on President's Day. Okay?
You pick a day and you celebrate something.
That's right. You absolutely do.
Because May the 4th be with you.
Matthew,
How
you
else is
okay with
anything
May the
better?
4th being Star Wars Day? You
Oh,
okay?
of course.
I mean, because some people
I want to make this known right now that as you were doing that, I was actively trying to find a Star Wars The Clone Wars text scroll that I could pull up and read off as that was playing, and I cannot find one.
I was wondering what you were being frantic about.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Could you do his voice?
It's a slow bit. Hang on.
That's what I was going to try. Probably not accurately compared to some of my other better voices, but I could probably do it decently.
I bet Odie can do Obi-Wan.
Hello there.
All right, maybe not.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, I'll let you.
Do you want me to do the Alec Guinness one or the?
No, I found one. If
the
you want to
one.
play it again,
Go back in here. So restart it.
a galaxy divided. Count Dooku's droid army has seized control of the major hyperspace line, separating the Republic from the majority of its clone army. Never mind.
Dadgummit, you're not Tom Kane.
Hey,
No,
listen.
I'm not.
Here's the thing: the script is moving on him. Okay,
You know
he looked away for
Can
a
we pull it
second.
down? It's going too fast.
All
With
I
their
could
numbers
think-
spread thin,
all I
the
could
Jedi
think-
generals struggled. This is like really tiny text. I just look at
Why
this.
didn't you
Look
fi-
at this. This is tiny text.
Why didn't you
I
just
can barely see it.
copy and put on Word?
We are in Word. Duh.
Dang it.
All I could think
Look at
of when
that.
he
Oh, look
started.
at that. Zoom. Oh my gosh, I can see it now. Wow, look at that. Did you know
Matthew.
that there's a rewind button on YouTube?
Yeah, Matthew. All I could think of when you were doing that was that's Spaceballs. That's Spaceballs.
Yeah, so, yeah,
just,
pretty
the way
much.
just the way you came out with it was like that's Spaceballs.
Just
Did
the
I-
credits
did I
are just scrolling
Do
too
more
fast.
so the actual Spaceballs voice.
I think
I haven't heard the Spaceballs voice in a
there,
while.
there wasn't one, but it just sounds like if there was to be a Spaceballs voice, that was it.
Just try to sound like you're Yiddish, and you could probably do it.
What's your best Mel Brooks impersonation, Matthew?
I haven't heard a Mel Brooks voice in a long time. I have
There's
to read.
squirrels.
The one that comes to mind, I can't say.
Yeah.
No, just Mary.
Just Mary.
Because I never caught that for years.
Oh, man.
All right, tomorrow is Star Wars Day, so we're going to celebrate it today. Tomorrow, this will continue on Sunday Nights with Odie,
Yes, well.
the celebration. So it's a 2-day celebration. By the way, before we get to it, shout out to Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. Had a wonderful time. I'm sick, dude. Leave me alone. Had a wonderful time today out there for Free Comic Book Day. Hopefully you had a chance to come by and get some comic books, and there was a sale going on. I got me a Beast Gohan form, I think it is. The one the one that people absolutely hate for some reason, but I like it.
Do they?
All right, Tim hates it. So, all right.
Well, we're not going to count him.
Yeah, well, I mean,
He's an outlier.
he's also a Dragon Ball fan. So, I
Yes.
mean,
He's
so
like he's a Dragon Ball fan, and he's wrong.
got that granddaughter was able to go in and get some comic books, including some Spider-Man books and things like that. I've been trying to take her there and start to get her into all things comics. And so I had a good time out there at Borderlands Comics and Games. It was good seeing Rob again. Hadn't seen him in a while. And we'll have to get him back on the show here in a little bit. It sounds like it's a mistake when you're doing it. And you know what happens when there are mistakes?
It's not a mistake.
Okay, because so interrupting someone when they're talking it's a bit. Is that what you're gonna say? It's a bit. It's
Here's
not
the thing: is that what?
May I strike him down?
Strike me down, and I will grow back stronger.
I don't
May the
like
force
what you
also
just
be
said.
with you, Duna Bros. I have some questions for not only the people in the studio, the wonderful people in the studio, but you at home or you driving around. Please don't text and drive. You can pull over. Text line is 800-905-0989. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X.
Yeah.
Matthew, what was the first Star Wars movie you watched in theaters?
The first one I watched in theaters was actually probably the Clone Wars movie.
Okay.
I think
There's nothing. I mean, I'm just. You're not going to be critiqued on it. We're just trying to find out what's the first Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I mean that was more so me trying to thank
Gotcha.
more than anything.
Have you
Yeah.
seen any of the other ones in theaters after
Yeah,
that?
I've seen some special reruns of them in theaters since. Yeah.
Okay, Odie, what was the first Star Wars movie that you saw in theaters?
A New Hope.
You actually got to see that in theaters.
When it came out, they re-released it just before the Phantom Menace came out.
Oh, okay. So not in 1977 because I'm not sure.
No,
that
I
you
wasn't
were-
even a fetus back
Yeah,
then. so
yeah. I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm the only one that in this room that was alive then.
Mhm.
Cameron, I know what your first one was, but you can let everyone else know.
Mine was the Phantom Menace.
All right,
I was
so
a wee lad.
So my first Star Wars movie in theaters, I didn't get to watch A New Hope in theaters. I saw it on HBO. But I got to see Empire Strikes Back. And, we get new listeners all the time in Georgia and then in North Carolina and here in South Carolina and all over the world. So I'm going to tell this story again because every Star Wars Day, I remember this. And it's my friend Howard Pickett and I, we got to, and I know I'm saying his last name just in case he's back in Columbus listening or watching. Howard Pickett and I, it was when I was finally starting to get to go to movies with some friends, which very strict, didn't get to do a whole lot, but I got to go to Southland Mall. I don't even think it was a mall at the time to see Empire Strikes Back. We get there a little bit early because you should. And the usher goes, "Hey, you guys want to go in a little bit earlier?" And we're like, "Yeah, we'd love to go in a little bit earlier." We went in just in time to see Darth Vader say, "Luke, I am your father." And so we were mad the whole time, watched the entire movie. When we got out, we went looking for the dude. He was gone,
I can imagine.
which is,
So that guy was a Sith.
that's the meanest thing that's ever been done to me. I mean, there's been a lot of mean things done to me, but
That's actually the highest rank?
that's at the moment, yes, that was pretty messed up.
Wow.
So Empire Strikes Back was the first movie that I got, Star Wars movie that I saw in theaters and then saw everyone after that. I never saw A New Hope in theaters, though.
Yeah,
I know it got re-released, but I didn't get a chance to go see it.
that was good. I like the rerun. I like the fact that they were starting to do that back in the early noughties. When did Phantom Menace come out? 97 was it? 97?
You'll have to look it up. I believe it was somewhere around then.
I think it was 97.
Yeah, because I got Cameron out of daycare to go see it, and we no,
Sorry, I keep
Yeah.
forgetting.
No, it was 3.
I know, I keep
yeah,
forgetting.
I got him out of daycare. He sat still the entire time. Loved that Jar Jar Binks, which is what he was supposed to because it was geared towards him. All right, Trey says he saw Phantom Menace in theaters, just like Cameron. Mark says A New Hope. I was 5 at the time.
Okay. Mark's old. Mark, you're old, man.
Texter said, and I don't know if they're telling the truth or not because you can lie on the text line. It's pretty easy to do.
You can lie on the
Not that
street as well.
well, you can lie on anything if you want.
Oh, I thought
Texter
the stream
says,
was nothing but
I've
truth.
never seen a Star Wars movie at all. It is possible
Why-
to never see a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, but why would you admit that? I mean, Texter, I mean, like, what's wrong?
Tuna
with
Bro says he saw Phantom Menace like 9 times in the theater, and he was 20.
you? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can dig it.
I'll try spinning.
Try spinning.
That's fun.
Nice trick.
Yeah.
By the way, that actor just got, I believe it was him, or was it Haley Joel Osment? I get them a little mixed up. Just got
they look the same.
he just got arrested for, I think, meth or something. So.
Oh,
Oh, fun.
No, I hate when that happens. When child stars. And
yeah.
they just
Well,
kinda,
I mean,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
kind of common, unfortunately.
you could say
Yeah.
he went to the dark side.
a lot of them just stay looking like they look as a kid, but they just get older and get beards and stuff.
Why is it that Haley Joel Osment? Why did his eyes stay the same distance apart as they were on his skull when he was a kid, and the rest of his head got big, and he's got these two little eyes Right in
Steroids.
the middle.
Steroids
Do you
will do
reckon?
that. Yeah. When you're roiding up, it'll do that.
Oh, okay.
That's why
Haley Joel Osment
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, he's buff.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's from eating burgers probably, but still, I mean, I'm one to talk. All right, my next question before we move on to a break. What is your favorite Star Wars movie, Cameron?
Revenge of the Sith.
Okay, which is in theaters right now and setting records for re-releases. Matthew, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh, geez. Genuinely, I'm not sure. Probably, it's probably A New Hope, but
Really?
yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. Like it's a toss up between that and Empire.
All right, Odie.
What's the one with the Ewoks?
Return of the Jedi.
That's the one. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Done. Forget about it.
All right, mine also is Revenge of the Sith, just because I thought that I mean, you got to see how Darth Vader became Darth Vader. Up to that point, it was okay. You're seeing all the progression, but the little ones. I mean, I mean, the younglings.
It had like
When he took out the younglings, it's like, oh, okay.
Master Skywalker.
also it had
You're
like
going to die.
one of the best lightsaber duels in the entirety of the series. Or
No,
with-
no, because the best lightsaber duel was in Obi-Wan with the lightsaber duel we wanted.
Yeah, the series
Yeah.
later on. That was pretty good.
I
All right,
think
that
was-
one was
yeah.
good. I love that one.
I think that was the best.
But it's still the Revenge of the Sith one between him and Anakin was still the best.
Well, see, the reason I like the one in the series, I don't know why I'm playing the break music so early, but the reason I like the one that was in the series is because you remember when Alec Guinness said, Darth Vader killed your father, and then I love the emotional weight. They
right
closed
there
it.
with
They
that.
closed it home, and he says, "Then my friend really is dead." And I was like, "Now you see." Did you
Yeah,
see?
no,
Did you
I
see?"
love that. I thought that was great, and I really enjoyed that lightsaber duel. That's not on the list. What is your favorite lightsaber duel, Matthew? Can you think of?
My favorite one probably is like if we're counting specifically just the movies.
No, you could the Star Wars period. I mean, you can
Oh god.
you can throw in animated if you want. Or you can even
Honestly,
throw in
it's the
video games.
rematch between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul.
Oh,
It's literally like 3 motions, but it is perfect.
In Rebels?
Yes.
Okay, I know what you mean then.
I don't know if anime should be counted.
I think it's.
I mean, it's good.
Also, Star Wars
if we're
overall.
only counting the movies, it probably is Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Movie and live action.
That is live action. I'm talking from Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
No, we're on about the battle in
The
the
one I'm
Obi-Wan.
talking about is
in
from
the Obi-Wan series.
From the Obi-Wan series?
Yeah. That
It was
was-
okay.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm with you, Odie. I really enjoyed that
Yeah,
one.
no,
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to be talking some more Star Wars stuff. Also, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Cameron and I went to see Thunderbolts. We're going to give you a review of that, spoiler free. We got a bunch of other stuff to get to, including an oops that involves sprinkles. Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
It involved sprinkles.
Yeah, so I think I agree, Duna Bros, because the theater erupted.
Oh yeah.
When Yoda pulled out the lightsaber.
Yeah.
I mean, people were cheering like crazy.
There's also another Palpatine line.
Started flipping around like a frog. Was not expecting.
Is that how frogs fight with lightsabers?
I think so.
Well, they hop around a bit. The Palpatine versus Darth Maul and Savage Opress is really good in the Clone
Oh
Wars
gosh,
series.
it really
I
is.
love that
It's in my top 5 for sure.
because Palpy is just having so much fun.
He is, because he's
Where
not
is
in
that?
any danger
Yes.
whatsoever.
It's like I finally get to pull out 2 lightsabers. When do I ever get to do this?
So the new series that's coming out, is it a series or a show? Is it the Maul one?
It's an animated series.
I thought there was a live action one coming out.
I love how for that they just looked at his fight with Mace Windu, looked at the start of it where he did like a quadruple side flip leaping forward and said, "Yeah, that's his entire fighting style now."
Yeah.
And and they're like,
Well,
"Yes."
that's the thing with Sidious is like he could do any of that. It's just
Exactly,
basically
yeah.
like how he feels during that day.
Yeah, I didn't like the fight with Qui-Gon and Darth Maul. That wasn't.
Yeah, but
Qui-Gon was not.
yeah,
a
but the
great
thing,
lightsaber.
but the thing about that, it's the first time we saw a double-sided lightsaber. I mean, there's
Yeah.
Oh, it was really
a lot of things, and until that point, Darth Vader was the bad guy, and then you see someone else like, oh, he's kind of wicked.
Yeah.
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 The other thing is like Qui-Gon was never the best lightsaber user.
No, he never
No.
came to be. But he was.
His main proficiency was with the Force and being able to be guided by the Force.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he wasn't
He
even
was-
good using force powers or anything like that. Now he could jump and he could run, but
That's the thing, and I like that like not all of the Jedi have like the same skill set.
yeah.
I think my favorite thing about describing Qui-Gon that I've heard is that he's a true classic Jedi in an age of generals amongst Jedi.
Yeah, because he's more of a monk than he is a warrior.
Yeah, exactly. He is a representation of what the Jedi were meant to be.
Yeah, he's a real Jedi Knight. Like he puts the Knight into Jedi Knight. Like you can tell he's chivalrous and he's old school.
Yeah.
Whereas
And like goes against the council because the council is becoming more and more political and warlike and stuff like that.
but I wonder, if Anakin, remember the junkyard guy, what was the junkyard Guado? Would Anakin have been able to make him use the remember when Qui-Gon was saying that Republican credits will be
No,
okay?
from what they said, that species or whatever.
Yeah, some species
They
are very
cannot,
resistant
no
to
matter
it.
what.
I know, but Anakin is a lot stronger than a lot of the other Jedi.
True, but he wouldn't have to.
Yeah,
I mean, he worked with the guy. When you work with people, you know how to manipulate them.
true.
Also, there was a thing where
Not that I would ever do such a thing because, and no one in this room would try to manipulate a fellow employee because we're all
Manipulate.
on the up and up
What?
and fine, upstanding citizens.
yeah,
And nearly a citizen.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Three of us you're a citizen of something.
Yeah.
You're an occupant of the world.
Also, yeah, Mark, Obi-Wan has definitely had his fair share of Sith Lords he's fought.
Oh yeah.
He's had the best survival rate, that's for sure.
Do you know
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor's brother's call sign? He's a fighter pilot, like he is in the RAF.
Yeah.
His call sign is Obi-2.
I know.
I
It's-
think that's
no,
brilliant.
I love that. Also shows that you love your brother enough to like have that on there. It's like, yeah, my brother's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, he didn't give it to himself.
Oh, who gave it to him?
It's your squadron give it to you.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, you're the only one here who's flown, supposedly.
From Dubai.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here along with Odie and Matthew and Cameron. Talking Star Wars Day tomorrow. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X at either 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. Also, text line 800-905-0989. Don't type in because then it won't work.
How would you type in
Well, there's still the letters still correspond with numbers if you know how to do that.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah. If you have like a jitterbug phone like I do, they still have the letters on it. Dunabro says saw Phantom Menace like 9 times in the theater. I was about 20. I already read that. Chris says Empire Strikes Back for sure was his favorite. Let's see. Revenge of the Sith, watching Anakin do what I knew he was going to do and not wanting him to the entire time was awesome. I agree. That was one of the things about that movie going, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Man, I wish it wouldn't happen because, but then it did. Let's see. Dunabros also says, I love Yoda versus Palpatine. It was awesome to see Yoda in full Jedi combat mode. When we were in the theater was cheering. It probably in all theaters that was happening.
It did, yeah. It did.
Let's see. John Painter says, seen the original, and I was Star Wars 24/7 for the rest of the year. Excuse me. I drove my family nuts. Let's see. Cody says, hey, Lonzo, Darth Vader supports Inter Miami tonight. Let's go, Messi. Okay. That's a soccer thing. Let's see. Mark says Ewan McGregor's uncle is Dennis Lawson, the
Wedge,
actor
yeah.
who played Wedge. Okay. Wedge Antilles. All right. Couple of things that I want to get to within Star Wars. There's a Scottish city named the Surprising Jedi Hotspot ahead of Star Wars Day.
Okay.
I say, I was going to ask you because this is going to be geared towards Odie because
Go ahead.
he's the expert of all things European. What Scottish city would you think would be where all the Jedis would be hanging?
I want to say either Glasgow or Edinburgh.
All right, Scotland's Dunfermline.
Dunfermline. Yeah.
It looks like there's an L in there.
Yeah, there is.
So the L is silent. Okay.
Yeah.
What? Hey,
Is
listen.
it Furl?
No, Dunfermline.
Okay.
Show me.
Dunfermline?
Scotland's Dunfermline has been identified as a. No, you said the L was silent, so it's definitely an L in there. Scotland's Dunfermline has been identified. Wow, that sucks. As you know what? Here, you read this.
Okay. Scotland's Dunfermline has been identified as a surprising hotspot for Star Wars fans, with a notable percentage of the population identifying as Jedis. Ahead of Star Wars Day on May the 4th, research has from attractiontickets.com reveals that UK cities with the most Jedis in 2005. A study shows that 300%. That's what I said, 2025. Okay, right. A study has shown that 300% increase in searches for Jediism. Jediism, would you believe? In the UK, and Dunfermline topping the list in Scotland. Aberdeen follows in second place in the highest city of the Jedis, while Edinburgh and Glasgow rank third and fourth, respectively. Tyrrell leads England, with Swansea in Wales, and Northern Ireland shows significant Jedi activity. Thank you very much.
You know what? If you add just like the tiniest little bit of gruff into that, you would sound exactly like the Scotsman from Samurai Jack.
Oh, he would.
Yeah, you know who the
You've got the
Scotsman from
you got the
Samurai
right
Jack
voice.
is? It's Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes a little bit gruff, and he's like, when you're talking, you have to go a little bit crazy. Except if I go too much Billy Connolly, the FCC will come after me, and I'll get fired.
Yeah, I prefer you didn't do that. He's very fond of a certain word. Also, I think you sound like Scrooge McDuck. But anyway,
I was going to ask you where your money bin was.
yeah, I mean, do
I
you
won't be
bathe
telling
nightly
you.
in the gold?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and
I do.
how do you breathe under there?
Well, you see, I have a snorkel, and I put it on top of my head.
Okay. So I wasn't aware that there are places that are Jedi hotspots.
Yeah, so one of the big things is, we have censuses over here. Like, they perform censuses, whatever. In Ireland and the UK, they do them every 4 or 5 years. And they actually came out about 5 or 6 years ago, and they told the general public not to put down Jedi on your census form. They said, you're Catholic or Protestant or Baptist or, whatever other like legitimate religions.
Yeah.
But they said, please do not put down Jedi.
And so,
Well, apparently it didn't work.
Scotland being
Everybody
Scotland.
did. And Ireland did as well. Ireland has like 100 and something thousand Jedi.
Don't you tell us what to do.
That's exactly it. Like, a friend of mine was watching the news. We were sitting in a studio, and a friend of mine actually said it to me. He's like, don't do it. He says, you're going to put Jedi on it. I was like, yes, I am. And yes, I did. I put Jedi down. That was like 10 years ago. I
Now,
think it
here's
was.
the thing.
Hmm.
At least nobody put Sith. At least there wasn't like a large contingent of Sith.
They probably did.
Really?
I'm going to say they probably did.
I would be surprised if there isn't at least some subset. Yeah.
All right,
Some
so
subset of Sith.
around here, where would be the Jedi hotspot? Would you think? What county?
Apart from Borderlands comic and game.
Well, absolutely. So
Mhm.
that would be Greenville County. I don't know. I don't think Clemson would be. I don't think Lawrence would be.
I think Pickens County.
Walhalla is definitely a Sith.
Oh, yeah.
Same with Gaffney, for sure, Sith.
I don't know.
What about Horry County?
Oh, Anderson County. That'd be Jedi, I think.
Well,
You think Anderson would be?
I think Anderson County would be Jedi.
Clinton in Lawrence County. Which is it, Jedi or is it?
No, it's
well,
neither. It's basically Tatooine.
Well,
it's a hive. Of
Okay, it's a hive. Okay, all right. Because I was going to say, I don't know which would have more mullets, Jedis or Sith.
Jedi. Jedi would definitely have more mullets
No, why would they?
because you typically see a lot of them and they have mullets.
They have the Padawan plait.
Yeah, but of the Jedi that you've seen, more of them had mullets than the Sith did.
Okay, so what Jedi?
How many
what
Sith
Je-
mullets have you seen?
A lot.
All right, explain.
Anakin was a Sith, and he had a short back and crispy.
No, his hair was long all around.
Okay, so
yeah, and that braid
you
wasn't
have no
the
answer.
braid wasn't necessarily cut. It was just a braid. I could do the braid too.
Also, the first one I was thinking of was Obi-Wan from episode 2.
Obi-Wan from episode 2 did actually have a
Yes.
All right. A prop store is auctioning off a Rebel pilot helmet from Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, designed by Oscar-winning costume designer John Mollo. The helmet,
Cool.
worn during the Hoth battle sequence, features a distinctive yellow tinted visor and a rare original foam liner with an estimated value of 150,000 to 300,000 euro. How much is that in dollars?
300,000 euro would be about $325,000.
Okay, this rare piece is expected to attract collectors at the live auction in Los Angeles. Only 2 helmets with the original liner are known to exist in private collections, making it highly sought after item of Star Wars enthusiasts. If you could have something from one of the Star Wars movies, what would you want, Odie?
Princess Leia.
Okay.
$340,000 now.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it got that much?
I'd like a replica.
It's
of, like,
auction. It's going to go.
But no,
Oh.
I'm not saying that's what it.
Oh, you're talking about
That's
the
what the
value?
conversion rate is.
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Updated conversion.
Give me the
rate.
Royal Guard armor.
So when you go and come back, I mean, you know,
It's going to suck when I go
Values
over.
may
Yeah.
change.
yeah, it is for sure. Cameron, what would you want from Star Wars dumb?
I think either like the Phase 2 Clone War armor, if any of them actually exist, because a lot of that was green screen, or maybe the Royal Guard armor from
The big red armor.
the big red armor.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
Answer me, Odie. Answer me.
Because listen, Princess Leia in the gold bikini, we're sorted.
Just give me whatever model they used for General Grievous. I'm sure.
That'd be really
yeah,
cool.
I'm sure. And those models, when they make them, they're pretty tall. It's not like 12-inch or 6-inch like the action figures you get. They're pretty big.
Yeah.
I would like one of those, especially if there was a life-size one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
What if you had a Wampa, like the Wampa outfit?
Well, I do have a Wampa.
You do have a Wampa.
I do have a Wampa. I got my Wampa. I used a crossbow to get him, and he's laying in the floor like a bearskin rug.
He was a dense little fella.
Why are you looking at me like I don't have a Wampa? I absolutely do. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to finish up Star Wars talk. Got a lot
Would
of
you like
stuff
to
get
see
in the
my
next hour.
Wampa?
I will show you a picture of my Wampa.
Can we speak to HR for a minute?
Hi, I'm HR.
Okay. Lonzo wants to show me a picture of his Wampa. You're listening to News Talk 98.9.
Hey, you don't get to close out. I'm going to show you the Wampa.
We've got minutes on the clock, and you're looking at your Wampa. That's something I never thought I'd say sitting
I
here in the
can
studio.
talk
You're
and
listening
do.
to News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice
Hey,
of the
you don't get to do it.
Carolinas.
No, I'm not going out of it.
let me. I did it.
All right, that was perfect.
Okay, fine. Why is he allowed to do it? I'm not allowed to do
Fine.
it.
I was going to jump in next.
Everybody gets their outfit.
'Cause he doesn't have his own show.
98 point. Wait, never mind. I already screwed up. 98.9.
The number of times that I
Oh,
said 98.9 at first
that is
because it
Yeah.
used to be magic.
Here's a bigger view of it in the
Oh.
room.
Lex
is cool.
texted me a couple times about that when we first changed it. I'm like, this is a decades long habit. I'm sorry. I'm trying to break it.
It's been that for so long.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and the feet and everything are hard. Like it's like a bearskin rug, except for it's a Wampa.
Did
Here's
you
my
all say the
Wampa.
point last time in the last iteration?
It was point when it was still magic.
Oh, okay.
There was a point when there was.
I have had to go through when we were 106.3. It said point through the whole thing. One of my jobs was to go to and remove point from every liner. And
Just to bring it to 106.3.
yes.
Oh,
and I go
no.
through and I was like, "You want me to do what?" Okay. I did it, by the way.
Yeah, that was before my time.
Here's your Herculean task.
I think he gives me some stuff like that just to see if I can actually do it or not. I don't know. I heard a point. Oh, where was it? I'll find it. I'll get rid of the point.
You know what I want from like Return of the Jedi? Just give me Jabba's pleasure barge.
There
That's
you
what
go.
the actual
Whole
pleasure
barge.
barge.
Okay.
I want like a Bith horn. What are they playing? They're playing oboes or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
actually-
want a Bith oboe.
I think I'd like one of the speeders. You know the
Oh,
ones
that's also a
in,
good
in Return of the Jedi?
Any of the shit.
By the way, they just made those, the real ones, the bikes.
Yeah.
They've made them.
Yeah, they hover, but they're terrible
for now.
for now.
Well, it's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
What?
Hey.
I get it.
I'll show myself out. Trey, what are you saying, buddy? Trey's saying WWE cuts. are a
Yeah, we're
bit
gonna get to
surprising.
that.
Okay.
We're gonna get to it.
Quiet John Quinn had a certain set of skills. Yes, he did.
Quiet, John.
Yeah, that's what he was called in Ireland. He was actually Irish.
Almost needed a can. I'm sorry.
Get on the yak can.
I want Luke Skywalker. Okay. I'm not judging. Lonzo's in the corner dying. He's all right, though.
I'm not in the corner.
What are we talking about when we
That's
come
me
back?
in
Just
the corner. I'm good. I'm not good.
Oh, life is bigger.
About to lose my sandwich.
And you are not me. The lengths that I will go to. The vision in you. What song was I playing today? I can't remember. I broke out my guitar and I started strumming some songs.
Was it? I went through the desert on a horse with no name.
And you're just, you can just sit in your tower.
And this is
On
why
the
I'm
first part of the journey. I'm one of them. I think I identify as,
Odie,
I don't know,
he's
a droid.
like, I know what you are.
A droid.
No.
What?
Scoundrel.
Ah.
You're somewhere in between.
I'd be a bounty hunter. I think I'd be a bounty hunter.
You'd be in that realm, I
Yeah.
think. You'd be, well, I would say you'd be more like Han or Lando.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Lando Calrissian. Except I don't live in the clouds.
What?
No.
Back into the Upstate Pulse final segment of the first hour, finishing up some Star Wars talk. My question for
Everybody.
Matthew:
Oh.
For me.
Oh.
are you a Jedi or are you Sith?
Well, from a certain point of view, I'm a Jedi.
Okay.
Cameron?
Why
Why do you guys got to think about it? It's like you don't. It's like
Well,
you're
it's a
It
ashamed to
wasn't
be.
me trying to think about whether I was a Jedi or Sith, and more of me trying to think up a good quote.
Jedi in the streets?
Go on, Cameron. Are you?
Never
are
mind. Not finishing that off.
Jedi
Oh.
in the streets and a Sith in the
All right.
other area.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but it sounds like it's probably not good for air.
That's why I didn't say it.
Yeah.
All right.
You know?
I will also say I'm a Jedi.
Lightsaber.
I used to be a Sith, but I've recanted.
When were you a Sith? You've never been a Sith.
High school.
I don't know.
No, you couldn't be a Sith.
Well, I wasn't. Well, anyway. I gave in to the emotions a little too much.
Yeah.
You had a bit of an edgy phase in high school.
I did. Let's
Aw.
just call it a Jason Todd phase.
Maybe you were was it a gray Jedi?
Either that or just like one of the Sith like that just gave into his anger a little bit too much. Like, I need to stop this.
You can make your way back. It'll work for Darth Revan.
I feel
You
like I'm
have
more
to
of a
have your
Revan
entire
guy.
memory wiped and everything first.
It worked for Kylo Ren as well.
You know, I
Yeah.
could stand to be Revan because Bastila.
Bastila was nice. All right. So Odie, we all
Yeah.
know, but you can go ahead.
No, we discussed it. I'm not either. I'm a bounty hunter. I would be one of those.
All right. This is a
absolute
classic
scoundrels.
radio question where everyone tries to change the question
It's
and
not-
not answer it.
I'm not changing the question. I mean, if it was to be put out there, if you said exactly what are you, then I would definitely 100% be Sith.
Of course.
But if I was in the actual universe itself, I would most certainly be a bounty hunter or a smuggler
I would say
coming back from Dubai in 12 parsecs.
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was
It's,
thinking.
it's some kind of record, I'm sure.
Hmm. We'll beat them Carillion
Look,
creatures.
that's not my spice.
What?
Yeah.
Listen,
I
I
have
had to dump it.
I have a dual personality. So on WORD, I am definitely a Jedi.
Would you be a Jedi Master or a Jedi?
On the fan, I'm definitely a Sith.
So would
I
you say
mean,
would you say you have more of a Palpatine thing going? You're with
Something dark.
now I'm just imagining Rob with like a whole bunch of horns on his head.
I wouldn't know, but see, I think is Rob's Jedi.
Rob's a Sith.
no, he's a Sith. You have no idea. He just wore a shirt like Tuesday. It says heel on it. Okay.
He's got bad guy energy.
Yeah, he definitely does. I mean,
I
there's,
think
there's
he
no
has the-
doubt.
I think he's the bad guy energy, but I actually think he's a Jedi. I think he
No,
is.
No.
no.
No. He's
His-
a Sith, he's a Sith with
When
you,
he takes
man.
his contacts out, his eyes are red.
Oh,
Trust me.
what about Chris?
Chris on this. Oh, the I almost said theater boy Chris. That's an old one.
Yeah, that's really. I don't know.
I think he's
No,
Jedi.
Chris is a droid.
No, Chris is not a droid.
Oh no! Do you know what Chris is? Chris is one of the Jedi's in the temple that when you go and you have problems with your lightsaber. It's like, oh, Chris, I got a problem with my lightsaber. He's like, okay, I'll fix it for you.
How'd you break it this time?
So he's a Jedi technician.
He's a Jedi tech. That's what he is.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
He's a Jedi he's one of the temple
He's
guard.
one of the temple librarians. Exactly.
He's
what
with
he is.
Jocasta over
Okay,
there.
okay. Now here's the big one. Rob Young from Borderlands Comics and Games. What is
Sith, obviously.
he? Is he
Oh yeah, without a doubt,
Yeah.
the Emperor?
for sure.
Okay. What about LexCorp?
Come on, come on. You throw some, was it Zabrak horns? You throw some Zabrak horns on there, and there you go. There you go. He's definitely if he's listening, look it up. It's not a slight. Okay.
So the general consensus is that most of the people that work for Word, WRD, are Jedi.
Yeah, Tara's definitely a Jedi. I would go Charlie, no doubt. Jedi.
Charlie's
A
a
Sith
master-
could not make that good of baked goods.
No, Charlie's on the council.
All right. Bill Frady is the guy who trains everybody.
He's the
He is the
armor.
trainer.
Yeah, he's the
You,
armor.
you walk in and you go, yeah, this guy can't teach me anything, and before you know it, your fingers are burned.
No, I'm just imagining him
You're
as a
doing
Mandalorian,
backflips.
but
I'm trying to think of
I know
anybody
I'm
else in the building.
expanding.
Oh no. Bill is what's his name? Boba Fett.
Who is a
No.
Mandalorian?
No, he wasn't.
I don't know though. With all the anger on the talk shows, I feel like there's a lot of Sith energy from that, just because hatred. Kind
Well,
that's
I mean,
just
there were
throwing you off the
arguments in
scent.
council, and even with the Jedi Council, and even though they kept calm, it was kind of,
Yeah. Apparently, Trey thinks that Rob is Lando Calrissian. No, he's not.
no. Rob wishes he was Lando Calrissian.
We all wish we were Lando Calrissian.
I
He's a
don't.
ladies' man, without a doubt. He is.
I want a cape though. I'd like to have a cape.
Yeah, the capes are sweet. All right.
Exactly.
When we get back, we're going to talk Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Thunderbolts, video games, Oops, Nerd Roundtable, and so much more. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of cough drops.
Oh. Now I'm just imagining Frady as Yoda.
No, out of everybody, I'm picturing Bill in the Jedi robes, the brown Jedi robes, and you're going down there and you're underestimating him. But everybody already knows that he won like the war. He was the reason the war was won.
So we're talking like old Republic Jedi.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's that guy.
It's like, yeah, I beat the Sith Empire.
He's a Jedi veteran.
He can fix your lightsaber. He can train stuff. He can also fix your blaster, even though they're uncivilized. He still knows how to do it.
Very uncivilized.
Sometimes you can't get to your blaster, kid, or sometimes you can't get to your lightsaber, kid.
He's also surrounded by the little droids from Tatooine and from
yeah, I know which ones you're talking about.
the droids that just fix everything.
Yeah,
He's surrounded by those guys, constantly yelling at him, maybe kicking him every once in a while.
I don't know. Trey's reasoning about Rob being Lando.
All right, here's the thing. I love Rob Trey, but he's not that cool. I mean, I don't know anyone who is that cool as Lando.
You're right, because Lando is like the absolute peak of being cool.
Even when he shows up in the later movie, it's just like, dude, it's cool.
He's just on a party planet.
He did sell out his friend, but
Once. To basically the most dangerous thing in the entirety of the universe.
See, if I was Lando, I wouldn't have done it. I would have just take on Dart
and
punched
died.
him into the force, right into the two forces.
You know, I bet you would have got him,
would have
Odie.
got him in the plums. Where's your Vader plums?
I don't think he even feels this anymore. Because they got burned off.
That's a part of it, Duna Bros. He's not that lady though. He has that lady's skills though. I forget her name.
Oh, I forget her name too.
Huh?
She's a big fan of Grogu.
Where's my little guy?
Oh, yeah. Fred, I think.
Fred? What are you talking
I
about?
think that's what she looks. She looks like a Fred.
She's really short.
She got really curly hair. She looks like a microphone.
See, the thing is, we were just talking about Jedi. Now, if they are people other than Jedi, they could be totally different. Obviously, Bill Frady will be a Mandalorian. There's no doubt. Yeah,
So can I be a bounty hunter? So
sure.
right. So
I'm not saying you're a very good one, but you can be a bounty hunter.
I'm a good one.
Okay.
I get rid of all my pucks. Hard P right there. Hard P.
All right. So I would want to be a Jedi and everything, and I'd just be another X-wing pilot. That's just, I mean, taking some risks sometimes, pulling off some things that shouldn't be done, be able to be done in an X-wing.
Yeah.
Total luck, maybe a little bit of the Force, and I don't realize it. That's me. Showing up at the perfect place at the right time.
But if we can be anybody, I'm going to be one of the Rangers from the north.
Rangers from the North. We're talking about Star Wars, man.
We said anything.
We're talking about Star Wars.
Okay.
Helimoto is
Her
the
name
of
is
the character.
Quasimodo.
Helimoto.
She gave me water.
His sister.
So over in France, about 120 years ago, Quasimodo was ringing the bell. You know the way he rings his bell? And he actually fell out of the bell tower.
Ring my bell.
Fell out of the bell tower, and he landed on the
Ring
ground.
my bell.
And two guys were walking towards him, and it's like, oh no, that poor guy fell out of the bell tower. It's like, yeah, no, I saw it. I said, do you know his name? He said, no, but his face rings a bell. That's Quasimodo.
I got lost in there somewhere.
I think I'm rethinking my answer about whether I'm a Jedi or not.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, probably.
Because all I'm hearing is do it. Do it. Do it. Happy definitely gives into the dark side way too much.
You can ring my bell. Ring my bell.
Well, if you insist.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Yes, he has always said he would leave in a heartbeat for more money. That makes him more of a, what is it? I'm a Titanian. I forget what they.
Troy Darian.
Tridarian. Yeah.
That just means he's Watto.
Yeah. Only money works.
Would anybody be a Nemoidian?
I don't know.
It's Newt Gunray. But you promised we would be safe.
Odie would be Bib Fortuna.
Okay.
Is that the little guy?
Yeah.
That's a big fat Twi'lek guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bib Fortuna is the tiny little guy that fixes the robot.
No. Bib Fortuna is like the big old Twi'lek guy who's in the Senate all the time.
Yeah. Vote now.
With the big spikies?
No.
They have the tentacle thing.
Like you.
Yeah.
That's not Bib Fortuna.
It is.
It's not.
Wait, no.
Look up Bib. B-I-B.
No.
Fortuna.
I think Bib Fortuna's Jabba's guy.
Oh, he is Jabba's guy.
Dude, he's Twilight.
Still a Twi'lek. He did get fat, though.
He did. He got fat.
Yeah.
The
Which-
picture I saw of him on this top 50 Star Wars
Shit,
characters,
I'm fat.
which we never got to, but
He
No.
did.
No.
Well, I am because I tried on clothes today and I cried.
You're not fat, Odie.
I'm not skinny. I'm not Matthew skinny.
You're burly.
I'm
There's no one in the building, Matt.
husky.
Although Tara probably, but that's about it.
He hasn't a clue what we're talking about.
Oh, what?
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here along with Odie and Cameron and Matthew. They're having fun. I'm trying not to die. So, I mean,
You're gonna make
there's
it.
I need to at least make it another hour.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least 55 minutes, 54 minutes and 24 seconds. But
I'm gonna need you for an extra half hour because you're my ride.
I'm sure you can drive the smart car.
Uh,
I'm sure you can. Like, I mean,
It's not one of these guys could take you.
the pedals.
Well, you have to stick around to identify and and things like that.
you're
So,
you're not
You
you're
don't
not.
really need to identify. I mean, we know who you are.
That's true. Most people do.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
My picture is on the side of the building. I'm just saying.
That's
Oh,
true.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have your own Sunday night gig? No, you don't.
I do have this.
first show of the week.
I
Just
do
gonna
have this
put it out
right here.
there.
Well, it depends on what you consider the first show.
It is the first show of the week. It's the first order.
I always figured you for the caboose.
And a beautiful caboose I have. I think you'll know.
All right. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We talk about it every year when the nominees came out. Well, we now know who's going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
One.
The first band that is going in is Bad Company. I don't have a problem with that. Did you not like Bad Company?
No, I have no problem. That's my that's my okay.
All right. The next one, I kind of have a problem with it.
Okay, go on.
Chubby Checker.
Do the twist.
Yeah, we talked about this before. And I know Chubby
Come on.
lives in the area. I don't think he's alive anymore if he is.
He's still alive because we checked it out.
Yeah, we
last-
did, but he
Oh,
lives.
Maybe he died.
He used to live in this area.
Hang on.
Somewhere around within the listening audience,
DB1.
within the radius. The signal goes really far. He's somewhere in there.
We have a
um,
big-
Do you
we-
not
we
want
can-
to offend Chubby Checker?
He's still alive.
No, I don't want to offend Chubby Checker. He had an awesome song and a dance craze that swept the nation. Okay, everyone. I bet Matthew could stand up and do the twist right now.
Go on.
I'm aware of the twist.
Can you do the twist though? Could you get up and do the twist if you had to? I mean, I'm just asking if you
Probably.
could. Okay,
If I'm
all right.
remembering it correctly.
Could you do it
It's just
like now?
twisting or
No,
whatever.
it's just kind of got to
Yeah, that.
do like that. Yeah. You should twist again like you did last summer though.
I'm
You can
trying
also-
as fast as
You
I
could
can.
twist. You could twist again like you did last year because we all were there. We saw it.
Do
Yeah.
you remember when?
Yeah,
we were
exactly.
Really humming.
So Chubby Checker making it in. I kind of like. It's because I think he's a one-hit wonder.
No, he had lots of them.
Like what?
I don't know. He had lots of them. He had the twist.
Everything had to do with the twist.
It just makes you do it. We're all twisting here in the
We're all
studio.
twisting.
Well, no, two of us are twisting. Oh, three of us twisting. Is Matthew going
If
to twist?
if I twist my knee, I'll fall.
Ah!
Come on, Matthew, join in. You know you want to.
I'm good.
I'll get closer.
He's good for twisting.
Don't get closer. Yeah,
And we're sorry for the people on the stream that couldn't hear the twist, but you know what it sounds like.
that's why you should be on the street.
So
I mean, that's
feel
why
like
you
there's
should
a bit
be
of a
listening on
disconnect
radio.
for what we just did.
Well, I
All
should
right, it's
listen
not-
to both the radio and watch the stream at the same time.
Then you would get it.
Even though the radio is 4 seconds behind the stream.
Oh,
All right. I see. Have you found any other hits that Chubby Checker had?
Yeah, so the hits include is the twist, Let's Twist Again, the limbo rock, I don't know what that sounds like, slow twist.
So everything has to do with the twist.
He's got the hucklebuck.
That does not sound clean.
It is clean. Let me see if I can find it.
No, you ain't gonna find what that word you said.
H-A-H-U-C-K-L-E-H-C-K.
this is brought to you by the letter H.
I guess if it was so impactful, what he was able to do,
It's another twist song.
It is literally the same thing over and over again.
that's not him.
Yes, it is.
He has less of this in there. I don't.
That's because he's older. Oh, hey.
Sorry, missed out a little bit.
I did the hucklebuck.
All right. Texter says, "Hey gang, went to Borderlands today with our grandson and we had a blast. Thanks for your show. We love it. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate it. And we love Borderlands comics and games." All right. So Joe Checker, I don't know. The next person who got in was Joe Cocker. I'm good with Joe Cocker getting that.
Joe Cocker. Why is that?
What would you do if I sang out of tune? This is a risk for me.
I will steal
Yeah,
the Beatles
that
song
is a
and
bit of
make
a
it
risk.
my own. Lend me your ears.
You got to do the hands. Like, yeah, you got to do
a
that.
song. I will try not to sing out of key. Oh, baby, with a little help.
By the way, better version than the Beatles song.
No,
The Beatles
no,
version.
no.
Yeah, it is.
No,
It's a better
no.
version, without a doubt.
What would you do?
I
if
think
sang
I
out of
think
tune?
I think even the Beatles really enjoyed his version of it, if I recall.
Look,
Well-
I understand that you're trying to,
Yeah.
defend your boys who are also in the UK.
And Cameron is faded.
He actually did fade you.
That's okay. I can yell into Matthew's mic.
All right, Trey says the biggest
Matthew is-
snub was Billy Idol. I guess Billy Idol didn't get in. So Joe Cocker had other Love Lift Us Up Where We Belong.
Was that him?
That was him.
I thought that was like Dolly Parton or something.
He wasn't doing it alone.
Well, nobody should. Well, anyway, who else is in it?
All right, the next, I don't know if they should have made it or not, but Outkast is in.
Hey, yeah.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real.
Never meant to make your daughter cry.
I wish Matthew would have joined in because it would have been. He does perfect harmony.
He
He
does.
doesn't like to do it.
Matthew actually does 4-part harmony on his own.
He does. It's
He's his
amazing.
own doo-wop group, actually.
Do up.
So Outkast,
I do.
I guess if Chubby Checker should be in, then Outkast should be in. That was
Yeah, okay.
amazing, Matthew. I'm going to clip that. All right. The next band that got in
Am I supposed to be recording? this?
is Soundgarden.
Uh,
Come on.
I think Soundgarden should be in.
yeah.
As a guy who wears flannel all the time,
Am I wearing flannel now? No.
It kind of looks like
It's
Matthew.
in the
Would you
same
call that
style.
flannel? I know it's not thick, but it's got flannel patterns. When I think of
know,
flannel, I think of those patterns.
Flannel is a material.
I
not a
know, I
pattern.
know. But when you think flannel, you think hipster. When you think hipster or grunge guy, you think Odie.
I don't
mean,
look
That's what I
hipster or
think of every
grungy.
time.
You
would
absolutely
fit in
do.
well on the streets of Seattle.
I've been to Seattle.
Except
and
for
I
the
did,
accent.
I did fit in pretty well.
Exactly.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
You spending time around here with Rob Brown, going to Trader Joe's or Whole Foods?
I was up around Pikes Point, and a few people were like, "Hey, man, do you know how to go to Starbucks?" And I was like, "Oh, cool, yeah. Just go down the corner, follow the money signs, and you're right there, man."
I always kind of liked Soundgarden,
I like Soundgarden.
and if I believe it's the band, so I can't make it. Are they the ones that
Like all songs.
follow me into the desert?
Burden in my hand.
Yeah.
Into the
So I was working at an auto parts warehouse, and I'm telling these two rocking kids, like, no, he just murdered her, right? You get that? That's, He's singing about murdering this lady.
Chris Cornell was.
Yeah, and throwing her into the water.
The
And,
burden in his hand was her lifeless corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and they're like, "Why don't you?" And so they signed me up for the fan club.
Okay.
They signed me up for a Soundgarden fan club for Christmas. It was hilarious. It was fun. I got postcards and stuff. I thought it was great. It really was.
Okay.
All right, and the final band in the performer category is the White Stripes.
Yeah.
How many hits?
They've had a few hits. They've had Hotel Yorba, and of
What?
course they had.
How's Hotel Yorba go?
I was watching what one side, I on the other side. I had 15 people telling me to move. I got moving on my mind.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I was
ring a
also
bell.
going to say Icky Thump as well.
Iggy Thump is a good song. Seven Nation Army. Is
Well,
a
we
good
know
song.
that. Yes.
I was about to say, if you're going to have a brawl, Icky Thump is a really good one for like a big.
Oh yeah,
fight.
from that's the
Other
one
guys.
from Other Guys. Yeah,
Yeah, but Seven
where
Nation
Marky Mark does the slide on the table with the guns. It was
Yeah.
so sweet.
No, but Seven Nation Army is such a good song that the cruise liners, the big massive cruise ships,
You ever driven one of those?
yes,
course you have.
their horns, the fog horns that they have, they actually play Seven Nation Army. Fine, I'll get it.
How does that work?
I don't believe you.
No,
but that's
it's-
fine.
Okay, just carry on, and I'll find.
Look, this is the problem with having a Fey trickster as the producer.
Yes, it is. All right.
we don't know. We don't know what's real.
A couple other awards were given out. Musical Influence Award was given to Salt and Pepper, which I know Matthew's down with Salt and Pepper.
Matthew, could you say that like Patrick Stewart would say?
to push it real good.
You haven't
Uh,
seen that clip?
No, I don't think I
Because
could.
he was introducing them on SNL one time, It's like, now,
Oh.
All right, here it is.
salt and pepper.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that
I-
clip. No.
I'll do it again. I got to play it onto the stream because I can play this one on the stream. So the ship is there. There's loads of people watching it, and then all of a sudden,
Patrick Starr's there too.
Apparently, wow. No, Patrick was taking a nice cruise. There you go.
so
That's
now
fun.
there you go. They actually do.
All right, so Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
and
uh,
cruise liners.
Yeah, they're going to be they'll be being inducted in November. Those concerts are sometimes pretty good, sometimes they're not.
We'll try and get to it.
It just depends on who is
Still wonder
doing a
if Prince's
tribute to
guitar
them.
ever came down.
Yeah, Prince's guitar. That's still the best one ever.
Still up there.
Yes, for sure. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we are going to talk some video games. We'll come back with Oops. That's what we're doing. Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of Carolinas. No, that's not it. And we'll, if you can't hear me, we'll address it. It has nothing to do with age. It has to do with lifestyle. What?
He's trying to figure out what you're talking about.
Hipster. I mean,
Who's talking about age?
no,
lifestyle.
the
Oh.
texter. Why is
I like-
everything? Why is everything about you, Odie?
Because I'm amazing.
Okay.
I am lowercase God.
Look, you're not a peninsula on
Did
yourself.
you say lowercase God?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Okay. Is that like a demigod or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah,
all right.
so a low tier god.
So,
Yeah, I'm
so
an
you're
Odie
like
god.
Loki or
Yeah.
One of the
Thor
killable
or
ones.
something like
Okay,
that.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm an Odie God.
You're like one of the ones that the God of War would have killed in
No,
the video games.
You're like a minor side boss.
I would have annoyed him. What am I doing?
Did you say you would have annoyed him? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I would have annoyed him. It would have been like, I'm so annoyed.
Now, are we
by
talking
you.
before or after? Well, the Viking stuff.
What?
Odie would be Hermes.
We're talking old Kratos or young Kratos, because young
Yeah.
Kratos would not have tolerated you.
What pantheon are you from, Odie?
Well,
Is there a pantheon of gods in the peninsula?
Walmart or something? I
I'll
don't
make
know.
you outside.
Yeah. Well, it's a Celtic.
I be the god of Walmart.
Yeah, I would have been. I would have been.
I am a patron of the pajama pants.
I would have been in Brian Boru's court.
Who?
Brian Boru. He was the last king of Ireland, the last High King of Ireland. I would have been one of his courtiers.
Would you have been wearing bells on your hat?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
You said yeah. You said yeah.
I would.
This is why we think before we say
I would.
things.
I don't think before you say things. No. That has never happened. What? I wouldn't even think about doing that.
Well,
Dun, 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 dun. Hey, SpongeBob, he's playing Seven Nation Army. Oh, I
Went
haven't done
through
any
the
of that.
desert on a horse with no name.
Dun, 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 dun,
felt good to
dun.
be out of the rain. It's in the desert.
Stop it.
They don't
Why can't I mooch you in real life?
because there ain't no one
Want
to give you no name. La
La,
la 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 la. Welcome to the Muppet Show.
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here, coming live from the Muppet Show.
What
To
is?
To be fair, if
Gonzo. Chickens.
That
That shrimp dude. I don't remember his.
Yeah.
The shrimp dude was Pepe. Pepe the shrimp. I'm a shrimp.
I
That's
find
it.
it very funny how whenever I think of Kermit's voice, I now think of the Devil Artemis Kermit voice
Yes.
rather than the actual Kermit voice.
Well, you know, Sal.
I used to do a version of his song Rainbow Connection.
Yeah, we've done that on the air before.
I used
so.
to make people cry doing that.
Yeah, we the first song that we ever did on the Upstate Pulse was a Kermit off between me and Chris. And once we did it, we're like, you know what, we can do more stuff like this. And that's and
Did we do a man or a Muppet?
I did. You were
Yeah,
you
I
were
wasn't.
You were back up. You weren't allowed in the building.
Yes, that's right.
That was right after I went to learn how to curl at a curling place, and the lady looked up, Lonzo, that sounds like a Muppet. And I'm like, lady, that is so mean. And then
Am I a man?
Then I had to tell Tim, it was like, I'm going to get angry. And Tim had just started working. I was like, I'm going to get angry. This is up to you. You've got to hit the music at the perfect part or it won't work. And I said, the anger is real, but it's not directed at you. And get ready. And then I'd build up that whole thing and then got it. It was fun. All right, I wish someone would oops upside my head and just knock me out, and then I get some sleep. Because the drippage is.
Should I put you in the Pappy clutch?
It's not. No Pappy clutch. No,
I can do it.
I'm sure there's some Irish martial arts, but I don't want to see those either.
It's a shillelagh skill.
Yes, that would leave a lump.
It requires
All right.
sticks.
We are playing
It requires being outside at 3:00 in the morning, outside a chipper, very drunk.
a chipper.
A chipper?
fast
Like a
food.
wood chipper?
Okay, yeah, I was thinking wood chipper. Why? Okay, all right.
Last time
Listen, we
also-
don't hear about Irish mafia. Okay, yeah, I mean,
Well, I
you know,
used a wood chipper once. That's how I killed Krampus the first time.
That's right. All right, so
We know. We know.
Yeah, the first time we have to specify now.
yeah, the first time.
Yes,
He is
there was
immortal.
a
He comes
second
back.
time.
Yeah. All right. Police in Wellsville,
Hollis.
Ohio,
Okay.
arrested a man who was accused of assaulting an employee at the East Liverpool Dairy Queen. All right. So, have you ever
Why
been
is
to a
this
Dairy
so many-
Queen before?
I've been to a Dairy Queen.
I'm fond of the Dairy Queen.
I go to a Dairy
There's
Queen.
one in Obetz back in Ohio, which was not too far. Well, it's about a 20-minute drive
Is it
that we
near
would go to.
Liverpool?
And
it
we
near-
would go get ice cream every once in a while.
Oh,
Peanut
yeah.
Butter Parfait, my
Okay.
favorite of all time.
I don't know what I had. Is it Blizzard? Is it Blizzard?
They have
Yeah.
Blizzard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had a
The banana
Blizzard.
splits are legendary.
I know. I don't know about the Lana Splits, but I definitely had a Blizzard.
Land of Splits. Okay. All right. So
Aye, the land of splits.
Go on.
they actually have one down on 276 in Malden.
I meant to say, did anybody ever tell you that your Irish accent is really good?
Yeah, you have. You told me.
Did I?
You told
Oh,
me.
I must have been
Yeah,
lying.
That's okay.
Go on here.
Probably. All right. Also, you were going to
You
be
know what's
mean.
funny?
You're
You've
gonna be
actually
mean.
never used that joke before.
I know I
Yeah.
haven't.
Oh, wow.
That's
Wow.
actually good. I
All
should
right.
give you an applause.
Go on
So,
here.
video of the incident sent by East Liverpool Police Department shows a man they identified as James Wicker, 61, who hit a Dairy Queen employee in the face.
What? Why? Did he, why?
Police said that another employee tried to break up the fight. He ordered food and something was wrong with the order, so he became very upset. I'm sure they were trying to work on it and they were busy. They have family hits
Okay.
that are in the police department
Yeah.
there. They were preparing multiple things and it apparently wasn't good enough. He decided to go around back behind the counter and assault an employee. So he didn't get what he ordered, or he was unhappy with what he ordered, and he went back and he punched the person in the face, which I would not recommend.
No.
No matter how bad the service is,
No.
do not punch someone in the face. These people are just trying to work, even if they look like they're just on their phone or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting paid to be there. The incident left the employees shaken up, but okay. The employee who was assaulted showed up at work the next day because it's Dairy Queen, man. This stuff happens.
You
at
got
Dairy
work in
Queen,
Dairy Queen, yeah.
especially in Ohio. Manager Mag Barker, M-A-G.
Mag.
That's her name, Mag. I guess short for Maggie. I don't know. I don't
Or
know. What's going-
Magdalene?
could be.
Magnitude.
Magnum PI?
Magnemite.
All right. Mag Barker said, sadly,
Come on.
this isn't the first time something like this has happened. A similar incident happened to her roughly a year ago.
No, seriously.
No topping on her sundae when she asked for just chocolate ice cream, Baker said. You got to get things under control. There's no sense in spazzing out like that. None.
None. So there was no topping. So your man decided to walk around and punch her lights out.
Well, that was a different incident. We don't know about
Oh.
this food order.
Okay.
That happened to Mag a year ago.
Yeah, the sprinkles one, we know that's justified. This one we don't know.
Yeah,
about
I
yet.
mean, because
How in the name of all of this upside down, inside out, back to front, and coloredy is no sprinkles?
What was that
just
last word?
coloredy, like coloredy sprinkles? Is that justifiable for?
because you said it right there. Because no sprinkles.
Yeah, but
I mean, no sprinkles equals violence.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how it goes.
okay. Well, I mean, yeah, fair enough.
It's
I
a
mean,
subsection of law,
I'm-
somewhere in the.
I'm picking up what you're stepping in, but at the same time, you don't punch someone for no sprinkles.
all right. So my question is, text line 800-905-0989.
What would you do
We're
if you
live-
didn't get sprinkled?
We're live. We're
Punch
live
someone
on
in the face.
we're live on
Clearly.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. What's the one food? You should not do this.
Yeah.
But what's the one food that if they don't get it right, it makes you mad enough that you want to punch someone in the face?
What would you do? No, so, before, like, so the text are going to come in and on the stream is going to come in. But what would you do if you went to a store and somebody didn't make your food the exact way you wanted it?
Happens all the time.
What would you do?
I usually just it depends on the mood.
Okay.
And here's the problem. And he's witnessed this.
Mhm.
If I look angry at all, people get scared and worried and everything. So I have
Like
to
the villagers from Fable.
Yeah, I have to keep
Scared.
I have to keep nice and calm.
Yeah.
And even whilst using a calm voice, they still freak out. So I let other people do it for me. I let my
Okay.
wife take care of it because that way there's no 911 called or something.
Okay.
It's not like I raise my voice or anything. I look at someone cross, if
Yeah.
you will, and suddenly they're scared to death. I don't think that there's anyone alive today, in the past,
Tomorrow.
or in the future who's going to live their entire life and get and have their order be right everywhere they go.
No.
I mean, it just happens. Now it's different when you order something and you have an allergy and they give you like peanuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
But
you just die. And,
well, then you can't complain about it. anymore.
anaphylactic shock.
By the way, we do not condone that.
Don't give anybody peanuts. if they don't
So
want them.
I don't think I've been mad enough to punch someone in the face.
What about
No.
you, Cameron? What if
Oh, no,
if you went to a Dairy
I
Queen?
have been, but
I'm-
not from food order stuff.
That's just a general thing.
What
with
would you do though?
Matthew.
No, this thing. It's so. Welcome to Dairy Queen. What I can get you? So go on,
Wow.
role play. You may as well.
Wow, I'm going somewhere
oh,
else.
we're
'cause
RPing right now?
it's- I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. Okay.
that looks,
Welcome to Dairy Queen. What can I get you?
I'd like a M&M Blizzard, please.
Okay, Oreo M&M Blizzard. Okay, here you go. There's your Oreo Blizzard. Upside down. There you go. There, take it.
I said M&M.
I don't care what you said. I wanted to make an Oreo, so you got an Oreo.
Dadgummit.
Oreo Speedwagon.
Get
Mhm.
back here.
911, please. We got a pappy. We need to get him removed from the.
Give me
Ooh.
my dadgum.
Hey,
M&M.
he's getting excited over there. Stop.
I like
all right,
Stop liking
this
this.
very scenario happened today. Okay,
Go
we
on.
went out to breakfast
Oh yeah.
and there was 5 of us.
Mhm.
4 of us got our food. Cameron did not.
Yeah.
And then the waiter came out and said, "Listen, there's some sort of mix-up. We didn't get your food in with everybody else." He got his meal free.
Nice.
He didn't complain about it.
Yeah.
I
He didn't
hardly
say
said
anything.
a word. I was
He's-
just like, okay.
It's like,
Yeah, I mean, when they come out and say, "We'll give it to you for free," I'm not mad anymore. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm winning here.
What
I
I'm
wasn't
saying-
upset in the first place. I was like, I can wait a couple extra minutes.
if you're calm
Exactly.
about it, for the most part, most
Hmm.
of these places are going to take care of your problem.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
Getting
yeah.
getting angry is not going to solve it.
See, I have a really good ace in my up my sleeve, if you want to call it that, because normally if someone messes up my order or does something, I just
Your
grumble.
sleeves are rolled up, man.
Yeah, well, it's a high ace.
Okay.
I normally I'll grumble in Irish. I'll just be sitting there, ask Gaelga, and I'll just be, saying very bad words, and they'll be looking at me. Is everything okay? Oh yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. And I go back then, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm not going to say the words, but
All right. I will say to me, because I don't see my own face, out of everyone in the room, when they get angry, I think you are the scariest.
me.
Yes.
I've been told I have a stern look.
Yeah.
about
I mean, and that's the same thing with me.
Yeah.
It's just, and you and I both, me more so than you, because I've put on some pounds, have some weight to back it up.
Yeah.
Matthew gets mad. No offense, Matthew. They're probably not scared.
No, very rarely is someone going to be scared when
What?
I'm mad.
No.
But I also don't really get mad in that kind of way in the first place, too.
No, see, here's the thing, because like in a lot of movies, the real
Oh, yeah,
not
the-
calling you
yeah.
a psychopath, but the real psychopaths are the kind of
I don't know, with his glasses off. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
you look.
he keeps
yeah.
he keeps eyeing me. he keeps eyeing me. I'm like, oh,
And do you know what? He hasn't done the Causey flick tonight. I don't think that's really Matthew.
maybe we should take a break and find out.
Who are you? What have you done with our boy? Where's our news guy?
I think he
Tell us.
do the flick. Do the flick there now, and we just double check.
Hey, he doesn't do it on cue. You
No,
are
he
listening
doesn't.
to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. I've tried honey before, by the way, and it doesn't work for me. I'm weird. You already knew that. You guys already knew that, but I'm even more so weird because I go to the doctor and stuff, and they end up going, "Hey, you care if I bring somebody else in?" I've never seen this sort of thing. It happens everywhere, and because I'm just, I don't know.
Do you want me to come back with anything in particular, Roundtable or anything?
I did say Roundtable.
Did you?
I thought you were about to ask, do you really want to hurt me?
Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really
Hort.
want
What the heck does Hort mean?
Take all the fun out of it, Odie. Stop liking it.
There it is. It's a Patriot Caucus. That's what it is, Matthew.
That's it. So, Matthias, son of Deuteronomy, what exactly is a Patriot Caucus? It sounds naughty.
It's a GOP gathering thing. You know.
You can look up caucus.
I know I could.
Yeah.
But if I look it up on
nothing
mine,
wrong-
it'll.
There's nothing wrong with a caucus.
Because
People have them all the time.
Are we? Is this a caucus?
is like specifically a group
Don't
of
look
like
at TV.
lawmakers or
Odie,
whatever.
don't look at TV.
I don't know the like exact definition, but
What am I looking at?
It's
People dancing.
How do you
It's a
spell it?
coalition.
I'm just spelling it.
CAUCUS, I believe.
Because I was spelling it.
Yes, we know. Yes, that's.
A caucus is a meeting of members of. So why don't they just call it a meeting then?
Because it's like
Caucus
an
sounds
ongoing
official.
group kind of thing. Yeah.
And it probably was probably sounded really good back in the day when everyone was wearing wigs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
We're going to caucus
Do you reckon
today.
there was a guy in the corner who's like, "Gentlemen, tomorrow we are going to have a meeting," and then some other guy's like, "How about we have a caucus?"
Why don't we
Yeah.
have a caucus in Philadelphia? That sounds more fun.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna ring the bell. All right.
That's
Well,
actually what I
Ring
did
my
back in the day. So you're welcome.
bell.
Ring the bell.
Ring
No.
my bell.
I was the guy in the
My
back
bell.
yelling about the caucus.
Ring it, ring it, ring it.
By the way, don't tell anyone, but I was the reason for the crack.
You should have seen what I did to the crack.
Okay, they're talking.
No.
They're talking about. They're talking about the
Liberty
Liberty
Bell.
Bell.
All right.
Okay, they're talking about the Liberty Bell.
I'm talking about the Irish crack, like having the crack.
You talking about like meth or something or
No.
cocaine?
Odie, I don't want your crack.
Yeah.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
Are you talking
because
about-
It's not consensual.
You talking about Christmas crack?
It's because the crack is 90.
Christmas crack that's made with
No,
with
crack
like
is
peanut
like,
butter and
look up
chocolate.
CRAIC.
Special?
Yeah, there we go.
Look up Irish crack. Irish.
No.
I don't want
CRAIC.
to.
It's not spelled CRACK. It's CRAIC.
Crack?
Crack. Matthew, look up what is the crack. What is the CRAIC?
No.
No,
I like
he's
how
not
you
doing
find
that.
us too belligerent, and you go to Matthew.
Fine, I will do it.
No offense.
Believe it or not, I follow most of the rules here.
I don't believe you.
No, you don't.
Well, I suggest you report him to HR then.
Crack is an Irish word that roughly translates into fun, good
Why did you
times,
stress the
or-
roughly?
Because there is no translation for it.
For
Or enjoyment. It is often used as a way to describe a lively and enjoyable atmosphere of social gatherings where someone is a lot of fun to be around. The phrase is "What's the crack?" is common a common Irish greeting, and "How are you?" or "What's happening?"
So
So I'd walk up to you and say, "What's the crack?" "Oh, no crack," or "Divil the bit," or "Zero crack."
see, if you come up to me and ask me what's the crack, I'm gonna make fun of someone walking by. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, for some reason, Odie's got like a giant game of Plinko on, and some lady just won $100,000.
She lost $100,000.
No,
Did
she has $190,216.
Yeah, she got a lot of money. I don't know. She's got to answer a question or
Oh,
something.
there's an old guy
and
on
they
the
dropped the
Plinko
ball.
machine.
The answer is Jason Momoa.
She's got a terrible.
The answer
shirt
is
on.
Jason Momoa.
Is what's the question?
We don't know what the question is, but I'm going to go with Jason Momoa.
She just said that she could double up and two balls will fall.
What?
That's what they said. She's going to double up and 2 balls will fall. So now she's dropped it into number 2, and there's Jason Momoa.
Told you.
Yep.
I told you.
It's always Jason
It's a-
Momoa.
The answer is Jason Momoa. I mean, come on.
No,
This
because that's Michael B. Jordan there now.
It is. You're right. That's Michael B. Jordan.
This
Born
is quality
after-
radio.
Yes,
here.
it is.
Who is the sexiest man alive in 1985? But it wasn't Adam Driver, Jason Momoa, or Michael B. Jordan, because they were just the fetus. Oh no, it's 2020. So I'm reckoning on the text line 800-905-0989. Who do you think was the sexiest?
Yeah,
man
by the time
alive?
you get to it, it'll be
Michael
over.
B. Jordan, actually.
They don't know, but it was sexiest man alive in 2020. Was it Adam Driver, Jason Momoa, or Michael Beelzebub Jordan? That's what I want. That's what the B stands for.
And it was. You were right. All right. Let's get into the roundtable. So apparently, back when Tim Burton,
It was indeed Michael B. Jordan.
There you go. Congratulations.
well, they
Awesome.
already set it up there. So
Well,
Like
I
you can't
can't
see
see
it.
it.
yeah,
Here's
I
the
know.
thing, I
I'm
take no
sorry.
pride in knowing that.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, he's a sexy man, okay?
He is.
He is a good looking
Yeah.
But
dude.
then again, Jason Momoa with all the tattoos and the
Yeah. I
long
mean,
hair.
come on. I can't wait to see him in
On a
Supergirl.
space hog.
Yeah. All right. So when the first Batman was made,
Yeah, Tim Burton.
you know, yeah, Tim Burton cast Michael Keaton,
Yes.
but that wasn't. He had another choice that he almost made, and it was Harrison Ford.
Oh, now.
So Harrison Ford was almost the first Batman. So what do you think about that? About Harrison Ford being Batman?
I don't know.
I couldn't really see it.
Who was the first
honestly.
girl? Who was the first girl in the first? Was it?
Kim Basinger.
No, was it Kim Basinger? Was it?
Yeah, in the first one, yeah.
I could just
You
imagine.
think,
her
you're thinking
saying-
Michelle Pfeiffer in the second?
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
It was Kim Basinger.
I could just imagine Kim Basinger saying, "Oh, Batman, I love you," and he'd just be like, "I know."
Yeah, I
Brilliant.
see. I don't know. I don't know how that would have went. I think he would have made a killer Bruce Wayne.
He would have.
Yes,
I
no.
just
yeah,
don't. I
probably.
don't know what he
I
would have been
can't
like
see him
as Batman.
I think
He would
you
have
know
been
what?
funny.
I think he would have actually done a good job because we wouldn't have expected what he was going to do.
I think his direct quote was, "Really, I could have been bleeping famous." That's what he said.
Did he say bleeping?
Yeah, it's Harrison Ford. So of course,
We could have substituted that with some cheese.
I would
could've.
have thought he said.
yeah, you would.
Yeah.
All right. So anybody else out there? Text line is the texter says stick. Anybody out there think that Harrison Ford would have made a good Batman? Text line 800-905-0989. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X at either the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WRD. All right.
You're gonna make it.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I'm good.
Stick. Stick.
We're past it.
We're not.
You know, Odie is famous for beating a dead horse. That horse has been dead for months.
Well, it is Kentucky Derby Day.
Do you know what I beat it with? A stick. Listen, somebody on the text line said they wanted to hear the steak.
I think he texted it himself.
I think he did.
You need to look up that number and
You
make
need
sure
to
it's
look up
not
that
him.
number and make sure it
You
wasn't
need to
him.
look it up and
He
see
just
if that's
wanted an
his number.
excuse to do this to us.
All right, Texter says, I like Soundgarden and I'm 67 years old and I still like to wear flannel. Does that make me old? No, the flannel has nothing to do with old. The flannel has to do with hipsters. Yeah, that's all.
I am not.
But
I'm not a
listen,
hipster.
listen,
You
I'm
are a
sure,
hipster.
I'm sure,
Embrace it.
I'm a
I'm-
lumberjack.
I'm sure a person who's 67 is more of a lumberjack than Odie.
No,
So
because
go ahead and
I
tell
have-
us that you spent time amongst the redwoods.
Yes, I have. The
For,
larch,
forest control.
The
Yes.
larch.
Yeah, sure.
the roving redwoods, the oak, the sycamore. I can go on.
How do you feel about spruce?
I never liked spruce.
How about aspen?
Sometimes aspen can get you in the wrong place.
What about birch?
birch? Is nice, but it bends.
What about pine?
pine? Is lovely, but it smells.
Generally evergreen.
I'm so
trees.
very disappointed that Matthew doesn't know any tree names.
Everglade.
I think it's an air freshener.
No, that's Florida.
Yeah, it's also a swamp, I think, possibly.
I think we need to revitalize Matthew. a
It's
little
okay.
bit.
It's
I'm
all
a
right.
little tired.
It's all right. And I'm sure
We all
Matthew
are.
has probably done some stories about this next topic in the roundtable. All right. Back in the day, and I don't know if Matthew saw these commercials, the Kool-Aid man would run through a wall when everyone said yelled, "Hey, Kool-Aid," he would run through a wall.
Oh yeah.
Well, now kids for the last couple of years are Kool-Aid Man in it and running through fences.
Oh no.
Yes. There's video all over the place. So, Matthew, back in your degenerate days when you're hanging with the gang, I mean that literally.
Yeah.
And the gang leader says, "Come on, Matthew, we're gonna go Kool-Aid this fence." What would you have done?
When it comes to those kinds of days, when he says you run through the fence, you don't just run through that fence. That fence is coming down.
Yeah. So literally, they're getting a good run and go,
Yeah.
which is what you do in Ireland. Get a good run and go. Okay. So you get a good run and go, and you run through the fences. So what this is it's destruction of private property.
Yes, it is.
And
And we do not condone that.
these kids are doing this on TikTok. And so,
Of course they are.
Yeah, but look, kids were eating Tide Pods on TikTok.
yeah, they
That
were.
was just-
Exactly. Which is dumb. Please don't do that. You will die or at least get really
no,
sick.
you will die. 100%
Um,
stone dead in a coffin. Done.
Odie, do you think you can run through a fence?
Yes, and I have done.
You've run through a fence
Yeah.
before. Why?
It was on.
You being chased by the cops?
No,
Okay.
there was a
Being
person.
chased by the mafia?
No,
We're being
Being
chased,
chased
by
by. Go ahead.
a woman.
her husband.
Oh,
No.
wow. Wow.
I'm joking. No, it was.
You're
on-
being chased by a dog.
Yes, I was actually being chased by a dog. I was being chased by a German Shepherd by the name of Samson.
Sounds like a cop dog.
Was he a
to me.
long-haired dog, or
No, he was a short-haired shepherd, and his name was Samson.
no, you shouldn't have been scared of him?
I was very scared
He'd
of
have
him
no
because even though the dog handler said to me, "It's okay, he won't catch you, and if he does, he won't bite you." The thing is,
He won't catch you.
yeah, because he was trained not to catch, he was trained to run after somebody. But you
So
know
he's
what
trained to
Samson-
herd.
Yeah, you know what
Okay.
Samson did?
What does Samson do?
Samson bit me. Samson grabbed onto the
Right
shirt
on the
I was wearing-
buttocks?
on the buttocks. Something bit me in the buttocks. No, because there was a camera, there was a sound man, and there was a director, there was a producer, and there was lots of other people with lots of different accoutrements. And the stunt director said, "Odie will do this one. Sure, he loves dogs." So I ran.
Do you get paid extra when there are dogs are involved?
I did because I had a big bruise on my buttocks.
So did you like expense this out as this like butt pain or like?
Did you have to go to
cheek
the emergency
lacerations
room
or
to get
something
your
like that?
buttocks looked at?
For about, I'd say about 15 or 20 seconds after the initial bite, and I was lying on the ground in agony, the expletives that were said, the expletives. Oh, she's after falling over. The
She
expletives
just
that were
won $1
said were
million.
just-
That's,
What?
That's why.
she
Anyway,
just
Yeah.
won a- yeah.
yeah.
So the expletives were very expletive.
Were they?
Yes.
Were they in
Was there a
English
solid
or were they
rock?
in Irish?
They were everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
all
There
right.
was a bit of French thrown in and everything.
Okay.
A bit of German Shepherd. You
I
know?
didn't know Odie knew Yiddish.
But you said you ran through a fence.
Yes. It was on a movie scene.
Okay, so it was a set piece. It
It was a
wasn't an
set
actual.
piece. It was made out of balsa wood, so I just ran straight through it.
Did you know it was made out of balsa wood
Yeah.
when you ran through? Okay, so the thing is, what these kids are doing is they're finding PVC fences because
Oh man, yeah.
those are easier to break through.
and expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They cost a lot more than wood.
Plastic is all more. Yeah,
You know-
more expensive than wood.
Vandals are bad, but wimpy vandals are worse.
Yeah, did you ever catch one? Did you ever catch somebody vandalizing anything?
I have, but I had a broken leg at the time, so I couldn't really do it. Actually, I've caught a couple people trying to break into to cars, and one of them, we're just watching the guy. Me and my roommate, we're like, okay, he knows we're at the window, right? I mean, we're talking loud too. It's like, okay, by the way, I left my door unlocked.
Yeah.
And dude like sawed through and took the key part out.
He took the barrel out. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, the door's unlocked. And then we went out after him and he ran. It was a couple guys.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm on crutches, so I couldn't do anything. But the guy who was my roommate, psycho.
Yeah.
If he'd have caught him, it would have been bad for them.
Yeah.
Why didn't you use your big voice? Why didn't you use your?
Because
thumb?
he used his, which was a lot more psycho than mine.
I think I know who you're talking about too.
No, you've never met him before. He's no longer
really?
alive. Yeah, it's and another time, it was in a neighborhood, and they were trying to break into my car, and I'm standing at the door with the door open, watching them.
Yeah.
And it was the next door neighbor doing it.
Yeah.
And here's the problem: my uncle owned that whole street, and the next day they got evicted.
Evicted.
Yes. So I mean, I felt
Deservedly so.
bad about it. I also
Why? He was breaking into your car.
Also, what an idiot. I mean, my and these weren't like high level houses. I mean, they were I don't want to say low rent, but they were the fact that he was going to try to break into my car, knowing that my uncle owned the entire street.
Yeah, he was just silly.
Yeah, it was not good.
He's just silly.
So don't run into fences. I
take offense to that.
Anyone in this building you think could run through a fence?
You?
Well, yeah, but I can't run anymore.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think it would take much
Clearly,
speed.
the objectively correct answer is Odie because he's literally done it.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
It's a balsa wood fence.
It's still a fence technically.
I take offense to that.
Just because it's a prop fence doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's not.
It was a break. It was.
I'm
a
very
breakaway.
surprised that Cato hasn't been asked to do this on a Torture Tuesday.
I think we should. I think we should ring in on Tuesday and we should get Cato to run through a fence, a chain link fence.
Don't need to ring in. I'll just go tell Hawk, hey, I got an idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Hawk listening? Hawk could be listening.
He could.
Get Cato to Hawk ring in. I'll open the phones and Hawk can ring in.
No.
Would it be a wood fence?
Because anyone could say they're Hawk. All right, before we take a break.
Yeah, but I didn't give out the number.
Before we take our final break, the number's been given out the entire show.
Shh, you don't know that.
All right. WWE released a bunch of wrestlers today and yesterday. Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, Caden Carter, Katana Chance, Cora Jade hits the year ago, Gigi Dolan, who I really liked. Eddie Thorpe is gone. Riley Osborne, Jakara Jackson, Oro Mensah is gone. Javier Bernal is gone. The entire Gallus boys, all the they were Irish or Scottish. I can't remember. I think they were.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Gallus boys.
What's the difference?
Yeah, you're right.
And
It's all
Matthew
peninsula.
has now been.
And Danny
famous.
Palmer. So here's the thing with wrestling, just like at a lot of jobs, but especially at wrestling,
You're
when
dead to me, Flip
they bring
Boy.
up, they're training a bunch of new talent.
Yeah.
If they bring them up, some of the other people are going to have to go away. It's
course.
entertainment. It stinks. It absolutely does. But that's what happens. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hit the lightning round. Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of Carolinas.
What? Just trying to give you positive affirmation. Thank you. You got this. I believe in you.
If you don't, we'll never
Fine. Just got down the lady.
Don't be mean to me, Matthew.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'll do? I'll just ask Odie to play the stick song again. That's what I'll do.
Oh, please don't do that to us.
Torturing all of us.
That hammer.
Not me. I like it.
The hammer's calling to me.
Hawk, if you're listening, phone lines are open.
They're not. We don't have time. We do not have time. You know, as scattered as this show may seem, we got to everything I wanted to talk about. Almost in the exact order that I wanted to talk about it.
That's crazy.
Like we normally do.
Yeah, as we always do, because we're good about that.
Follow me into the desert.
Chad of Kavach. Oh, I'm Chad of Kavach.
The Emperor meets him once. Trusts him with the Amulet of Kings. Starts off as a nobody. Becomes unstoppable anyway. Recognized everywhere. Enters hell to give demons PTSD and take their shoes. I love the take their shoes.
Does Oblivion seem a little bit? I mean, the inside the hell doesn't it seem a little bit harder?
A little bit.
Yeah, but I always had this problem of getting to the top of the tower because I get lost.
That's your biggest.
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
is
know.
Your biggest weakness. You are
Again,
Zorro.
I am Zorro.
You
yeah.
have no idea. Like he
I get lost.
says half the time I was like, look at your map. You have a map.
That's the problem with Expedition 33. No map.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so it's just like, did I go this way? I don't know. I got stuck in the same place for like an entire day, and because I thought this one way I'd already went, and it was the way out, and I looked it up. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, well,
And you just like take three to 6 feet inside this thing, and there's a save point. And I'm just like, I went up like 5 levels while I was lost.
It's always really funny to play co-op games with him because he is like an absolute juggernaut when it comes to like fighting guys. But just I gotta get him to the fight. That's the hardest part.
oh my god.
I was like, they're the bad guys. I'm gonna stand behind you.
Fight, man.
Well, you know when I found it, because I blow stuff up.
Yes.
That's what I do. My favorite are remote bombs.
Yeah. the stick,
Remote charges. I love remote charges.
the Ghost Recon bit where I had to sneak in and like be stealthy as you guys are just bored blowing stuff up on the beach.
Yeah, we were.
And then one guy got alert and I had to shoot him. It's like, dang, gummit, why are they doing this? I told them to give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, my daughter's the only one who likes to have fun. Cameron's all serious about the thing.
I'm not.
We're just there to blow stuff up.
No, the mission required stealth. Otherwise, we wouldn't
Just blow
care.
stuff up.
Yeah, I mean,
Even in stealth, blow stuff up. I
Yeah.
was never good at Ghost Recon.
I'm like, okay, I can drive that. Oh, let's see how I can wreck it.
Honestly, one of my favorite moments was like you guys somehow got an armored vehicle with a turret on the back. After I like stealthily took out like the gate guards, like, all right, we can go through. You guys yell stealth mission the entire time as you're just burring out with the.
I used to play with Halo 1 and Halo 2 with a very good friend of mine.
Uh-huh.
And I used to always get into the Warthog before him. So he'd be like, oh, no. So he'd be up in the turret shooting things, and I'd be trying my best to turn that thing upside down. Like, Odie. I was like, what? We're upside down. I'm dead. All right.
Well, my sister one time drove a mongoose right underneath a mech's leg, and we just immediately got stopped. I was like, why? Why would you do that? It was right there. You saw it. I hit a rock.
All right, let's be honest. We like him getting upset. So we're just doing whatever we can to get him yelling. All right. W has spoken. That means my ordeal is nearly over. At least my on-air ordeal. And I can go home and take medicine that won't work.
Medicine.
We'll go home and take medicine that won't work. Unless Matthew can suggest some medicine that might work.
I don't know.
I guess that's a no.
Oh, I was
guess
going to
that's
say,
no.
White Mage Matthew, you got any healing spells?
Yeah, come on. All right.
Come on, didn't they?
Let's go.
Do you want my 2 cents? Get yourself some Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yeah, I know.
Put it on your feet.
Yeah.
Put it on your socks.
I don't know about the feet part.
Go sleep.
Yeah, I can't do it on the feet part because fungus. It might be some sort of chemical reaction,
Okay.
and something
Oh,
might
God,
come
my
alive.
feet are purple.
Yeah. All right.
Purple feet isn't too bad. Go on,
Let's
yeah.
talk about why well urine is so important to life at sea.
Hold on now. What?
Well urine.
Yeah,
Whale
very
pee.
much so.
Yeah, well urine.
Oh,
Whales play a crucial role in marine ecosystems by transporting nutrients through their urine and feces. Recent researchers shows that whale urine can stimulate phytoplankton growth and enhance photosynthesis, leading to carbon drawdown from the atmosphere. The whale pump effect. It's called the whale pump effect.
I don't like
know
that.
if you heard it.
I don't like that at
Where,
all.
where whales bring nutrients from deep waters to shallow areas influences the food web and carbon cycling. So when you go in the ocean and you go, a fish peed in it, they did.
yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
A really big fish, a whale.
Well,
I was just hearing
whale isn't a
plankton.
fish.
As well as every other smaller.
It doesn't
fish.
matter.
It's no.
I'm talking to a kid.
Whale is a mammal.
Yes, I'm aware of this.
Okay.
Thank you, science guy.
You said
Okay.
fish. You said fish.
Grand Theft Auto 6
Whale isn't
is
a-
being delayed to May 2026. Of course, so they can fix it and make it better. And
She just thought she lost $1 million. Go on there.
all right, Clara Oscore Expedition 33, the game that I've been playing, which is a turn-based game that will make you cry because Square Enix is involved. They're already making a live-action movie of it. The game just came out last week, and they're already going to make a live-action movie out of it. I don't know if everybody's going to be French in it because it is a French game. I will say I rage quit for a little bit because I couldn't. They had a double boss. You kill the boss, and then it comes back, and I can never kill it the second time.
You got
So-
Final Fantasy.
So I did the thing that I always do: start it over.
You know when
I started over, got all the way back to a mini boss, could not get past that. So I went back to my earlier save, and then I changed the difficulty. I don't care. Think about me what you will. I wanted to get past that boss, and when I did, I was crying. I should never have got past that boss because the saddest thing in the whole game so far happened once I got past that boss.
Do you know when you rage quit? Do you just like, well, you can just whatever?
No,
Or
I
do you-
don't. I don't throw controllers. Those cost too much.
No, but
I don't break TVs. I just turn it off.
Oh, you don't use expletives?
No,
Oh, okay.
no,
Oh,
I don't.
use expletives.
Yeah, I don't need to do all that. So, judge me if you will. I had to take it down in difficulty. I got past it,
No,
and then I paid for it.
I don't judge anybody that brings it down a level.
It's a
Because
game.
It's for
You're supposed to
fun.
enjoy it.
Yeah, and this particular the story is the most important. This story is so good that they're making a live action movie out of
There
it
you go.
after it's been out for a week.
No.
I still feel bad when I have to, because I hear Matt Tomlinson in the back of my mind. Only Cameron knows who he is.
Him and
You
his
pl- you
six
playing
circling
it-
rush.
You playing it on easy level? Wow, you suck.
I'm
just
just going to say one thing, Matthew. You know, the next time you go for a 5K first thing on a Saturday morning, take a nap.
Yeah.
I got up like at
Hey, he's
the
made it
same time,
through.
if not a little bit later than I normally.
He's made it
Yeah.
through almost the entire show, and
I'm just
I've
watching him and just like I just want to go over and give him a hug. And
Well,
tell him,
I've gone
it's going
to-
to be
I woke up at
okay.
5, or I woke up at 5:30 this morning. So
Yeah.
that's later than I normally wake up.
Hey,
I wake up at like
really?
4 or 5 in the morning.
I don't care if he's yawning near the end of the show. He
No,
brings
just looks
something to the
so-
show. I'm
he
glad
just
he's
looks
here.
So tired.
And I've been going to him a bunch. Hopefully, he's safe enough to drive home.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
not, he can go curl up in the
Well,
newsroom.
as soon as I stand up and walk around for like 2 minutes, I'll be good.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's.
I know.
good enough.
He just looks. I just wanted to
It's
give him a
because
hug
I'm
and
sitting
tell him it's okay.
softly in a dark-ish room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, Death of Snow White. The trailer is out, dude.
It's a better one than
This,
the other one.
yeah, it looks. I mean, first of all, the dwarves are jacked.
It's jacked.
They are jacked, and they're real dwarves.
Yeah.
They're not CGI
No.
dwarves. They got axes and stuff,
Mhm.
and Snow White is bloody.
She's in a
And-
bloodbath.
Yeah, it looks like something that we may have to go on a road trip to see,
I think we do.
like down the road.
Yeah.
It's still a road trip.
I was about
kinda.
to ask, where is it? Where's it playing at?
Well, down the road.
In the cinema.
If you
theater.
get in the car and you
Right
go down the road,
the road.
I mean, how far is a road trip? Does it have to be out of the county?
No, you're right.
No.
You're right.
It's
I mean,
still
a road trip can be just like we took a road trip to go for food.
we did.
Yeah.
We did. All right. Jeremy Renner says
Oh, yeah.
that he got offered Hawkeye season 2, but he turned it down because they wanted to pay him half the money they paid him in the first movie. And he also said, just because I got run over, you think I'm half the man and you only want to pay me half the pay.
Yeah, that's because he fell off a quad bike, didn't he?
That was a
No,
snow.
it was like an actual like,
snowmobile.
Yeah, it
not
was
snowmobile. It was like a snow plow.
snow plow. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And he actually died, according to reports, and they brought him
Oh.
back. Yeah. He looks like he's all right
also,
now.
like from like his interview, he was saying that like his eye popped out at one point. He was
Oh,
like he had his other eye.
yeah,
Oh.
it's not.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But pay that man. I want to
Yeah.
see season 2. I want to see Haley Atwell become, the new Hawkeye. We already seen it kind of. We're going to see her in another movie. Speaking of other movies, we went to see Thunderbolts. It
good?
is very good, not great. I have a couple problems with just minor problems that I can't talk about now, but I will talk about next week. I seem to be the only one who has the problem with these things.
Bob? Bob?
Yeah. No, not Bob. It's
Spoiler.
Ben.
ruined it.
Ben is on the screen.
Spoiler.
It's no. Trust me.
What?
It's no. I'll tell you this off the air.
Okay.
All right.
You'd understand.
What? What?
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Odie's
you'd
not
understand.
understanding what you're saying.
It's
But
okay. That's why I'll explain to him after. All right. Latest episode of Dragon Ball Daima. He put the eyeball in and he's fighting.
He's so big.
He's a very large.
I love Big Goma.
Why? You got the same head too.
Yeah,
just
it's
like-
That's why it's so good. It's so stupid, and that's exactly what you want from Goma.
And the Majins have just joined in, and Goku just won Super Saiyan 3. So we don't know what happens till next week. Matthew does, we don't. Thank you for tuning in to the Upstate Pulse. I apologize again for coughing so much, but I think it was valiant effort, and I would give myself a pat on the back, but it would probably make me have a coughing fit. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night from 8 to 10 for Sunday Nights with OD.
Yeah.
That's his name.
Yeah.
And have a great weekend, everybody. And may the force be with you.
That was terrible, Fade.
Can we have post-show noob or
Trey
Nah,
says Gallus
it's over.
is Irish. I thought they were. Them Gallus boys.
I don't know who did.
may the force be with you, listeners?
Say goodbye, Odie.
Goodbye, Odie.
Say goodbye, Matthew.
Goodbye, Matthew.
Say goodbye, Cameron.
Goodbye, Cameron.
I'm going to say goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
Goodbye,
I had that same
Yellow
thought.
Brick Road.